Hello everyone, welcome to this video. I'll be sharing my delivery journey that took place about 5 years ago. I'll be reading from my journal. On Tuesday, June 27, 2017, I woke up with the urge to organize the dresser that my grandmother bought for my daughter. I placed all the clothes according to months and for the other drawers. I placed all the bibs, the rags, etc. At approximately 4 p.m., I went to pee and noticed mucus-like substance on my underwear. This must be my mucus plug, I thought. It felt like booger. I went online to read more about it, and it said that it is a sign of labor. I called my private nurse and doctor to be on the safe side. They both said that if I felt any pain, then that's the true sign of labor. I felt my body telling me that she will be arriving very soon. It was like a sixth sense that I had. I spoke to my child's father in the evening and explained how I was feeling. He was adamant that I still had 2 weeks left, and that's when she would arrive. While talking on the phone, I felt a lot of period-like cramps and felt nauseous. I also had a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions, but nothing serious. I went to bed at approximately 8 p.m., but before doing so, I told my parents how my body was feeling. My stepfather hurriedly went back to his room to notify the driver. He told him to expect a call from us as the baby will be arriving soon. While sleeping, I was awoken by a gush of water trickling down my thighs. I jumped off the bed and I felt my underwear. It was wet. My mother was on the other side. She was alerted and came up to me asking what happened. I told her that it felt like my water broke. The time on my phone was approximately 12:40 a.m. She told my stepfather to call the driver and I went into the bathroom to freshen up. I couldn't believe that Sky was on her way. I was excited, nervous, and ready all together. The driver came at approximately 12:50 a.m. While driving, I started to feel contractions, which were still irregular. I was admitted in the hospital at approximately 1:30 a.m. It was June 28, 2017. It seems as if there were not many nurses working on the shift for the wee hours of the morning. I became worried. I had called my private nurse on the journey, but she explained that she couldn't make it. I then allowed her to speak to the other nurses, and she explained the situation to them. She spoke to a nurse named Miss Murray and told me to pay her when I delivered. While filling out my docket information, my contractions began to get more regular. I explained to the nurse that my water broke, and that's the reason for visiting the hospital. She checked my cervix and saw that I was 4 centimeters dilated. She also saw for herself that my water broke, and she allowed me to listen to my baby's heartbeat. She was also rude when she told me if I couldn't wear a pad knowing that my water broke. I found this to be rude, but I just moved on. Afterwards, she asked me if I preferred to share rooms with another lady that arrived after me. I told her that I preferred to have separate rooms. I was assigned labor room number 3. She told me to turn off my phone and I should take out my baby's clothes and place them in the drawer provided. During this time, I kept having severe contractions. I kept inhaling and exhaling as the pain swept through my body. At approximately 2:30 a.m., I continued to go through the phases of labor. I delivered at 5:05 a.m. The nurse kept saying that I was pushing incorrectly, and at one point, she wanted to give up on me. However, this gave me the determination to push harder. She went to get the scissors, and I do recall her cutting my perineal area. When it was over and done with, she said I had some major tears. I believe this happened because by the time she arrived to assist me, I didn't have that much contraction pain. I was also hooked up to a machine for the pain to arrive quicker. I believe this is called oxytocin. After giving birth, I felt relieved. The nurse put on a diaper on me and told me she was going to get Sky cleaned up. She asked me for her clothes, and I gave them to her. I felt severely hungry afterwards and turned on my phone and messaged my mother and her father. I also paid Miss Murray $6,000 Jamaican dollars for delivery. I was discharged at approximately 5:30 p.m. the same day. Sky even opened her tiny beady eyes at me minutes after I was having bonding time with her. The nurses also wanted me to breastfeed, but I had nothing whatsoever in my breasts. She was also registered, gotten her first BCG shot, and she weighed 7 pounds, 1 ounce, and she was 18 inches long. This is my birth story. Now, looking back, I just want to give God thanks, seeing that I gave birth in a room by myself without anybody. Other women were there screaming, but I knew the presence of God was with me during that time. And I'm just grateful and thankful that I can now look back and just give God thanks for the glory and just for His awesomeness. I know a lot of women gives birth on a regular basis, and some of them may die and leaving the children. But I am just sharing my story with someone just to encourage and inspire you, and just to let you know God is faithful, God is awesome. Have a good day, and I thank you for listening throughout this video. Feel free to like,